And yields back, and the chair now recognizes the gentlelady from California's 7th District for 5 minutes for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for having this hearing today. And I want to thank the witnesses for being here also. I want to be clear, I support nuclear power as an important clean energy source. But safety must always come first. And nuclear waste is not something that we can brush under the rug and ignore. We can't build new nuclear power plants without a plan to deal with the waste they produce. The Rancho Seco nuclear power plant in my district was shut down over 30 years ago, but the spent fuel is still there because Congress and the federal government have failed to implement a successful nuclear waste program. This is not a technical problem, this is a policy failure, and it's our responsibility on this committee to fix it. I know many members of this committee are hopeful that new recycling technologies will solve the waste problem. But even in an ideal scenario, recycling won't fully eliminate nuclear waste. Ms. Greenwald, does the Nuclear Innovation Alliance support recycling?
Yes, we support spent nuclear fuel recycling, provided it's done with appropriate safeguards and non-proliferation measures in place.
Now, under an ideal scenario, how much waste could be recycled?
So recycling can significantly reduce the total volume that requires permanent disposal. Currently in France, they're reducing the total volume of spent nuclear fuel by up to 80%. However, recycling can never eliminate the need for a permanent repository because you can't recycle 100%.
Okay, so we are unlikely to actually achieve the ideal scenario there.
But significant, make a significant difference.
Okay. So you still believe in the need for a comprehensive federal waste program?
I'm sorry?
Okay. Ms. Korsnick, do you agree that an effective, comprehensive nuclear waste disposal program is essential to the long-term future of nuclear industry?
Yes, we submitted a letter to the Secretary of Energy in October of this year that outlined a comprehensive used fuel strategy.
Yeah. So it's fair to say that the current nuclear waste framework as stipulated by the Nuclear Waste Policy Act does not meet that need at this moment in time. Ms. Korsnick, yes or no, please. Do you agree with that statement that I just made?
That's correct. We need changes to make a durable, long-term waste integrated strategy.
Dr. Wagner and Ms. Greenwald, yes or no, please. Do you agree that this committee should update the Nuclear Waste Policy Act to modernize our nuclear waste framework?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's clear from the enduring impasse over Yucca Mountain that a consent-based or collaborative siting process is essential for any federal storage framework going forward. Ms. Korsnick, do you agree with the need for consent-based siting?
Yes, we do.
Ms. Greenwald, how can consent-based siting help us move beyond Yucca Mountain?
Thanks for the question. This is really important. So as a country, we've spent several decades trying to put a permanent repository somewhere where people didn't want it, and that has not turned out well. So we really think that consent-based siting is the way to go, and a number of other countries are moving on that, particularly Sweden. Finland is especially the furthest along, and Canada is embarking on this as well. So we think it's the way to go.
All right, thank you. Dr. Wagner and Ms. Korsnick, you also both included the need for interim storage in your testimony. I've long been a proponent of consolidated interim storage, so I want to quickly recap for members of the committee. Ms. Korsnick, Dr. Wagner, and Ms. Greenwald, there seems to be broad agreement that this committee should amend the Nuclear Waste Policy Act to modernize our nuclear waste framework to incorporate consent-based siting and authorize interim storage facilities. I look forward to continuing this conversation and working with my colleagues to develop an effective nuclear waste framework. Let me just go on a little bit. I know I'm running out of time here. I know that many of my colleagues believe fixing our nuclear waste system is not an urgent problem, but it's a costly problem, and the cost goes up every year that we kick the can down the road. So far, this has cost the government $12 billion, and that goes up by around $1 billion every year. So if my colleagues really want to save taxpayers' money, fixing our federal nuclear waste program can save billions of dollars. And I see I'm running out of time, so I yield back the rest of my time. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.